Hey everybody, it's Gail, and this is episode 30 of Errata-Hate. We have hit the end of batch 3. I'm very excited. It's been a really fun batch to put together, and I'm really looking forward to making batch 4, and also batch 5. Which, by the time you see this, I will have already been working on those. Time is weird when you're making videos. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about a technique called Filet Crochet. And if I can angle that correctly, you may be able to see that I spelled out cold using little closed squares. So what filet crochet is that you make a bunch of open squares, like these on the top row, and then you fill in certain squares in order to spell out words or make pictures. It's something you see a lot in thread because thread squares are so tiny you can get really detailed and do like all these curly cues and shit. I'm not starting you there. That's a little much. I just want to show you the basics of how to do this technique. And then if you're a Patreon backer of any level, I do have a small pattern that is filet crochet available on Patreon for free to backers. It's a Star Wars reference because I keep watching Last Jedi trailers. And you know, it's there for you if you want to use it. You can also find some basic stuff on Ravelry if you're interested. You know, there's lots of places to find information. The thing about filet crochet is that all it is chain stitches and double crochets. Like, that's all you're working the whole time. And so it's something you can do really easily, especially if you're working with sort of a simple pattern, like if you're just doing a diagonal or something. I've used it on a few tops. I've played with it a little bit on a jacket. I have not done anything super intricate, but I've worked with it quite a bit lately, and so I wanted to show you what I do and how it's done. So I'm going to flip the camera, and we are going to get to that, and I will be back. Okay, we're back, and I have a chain started here, and the way that you work your chain is that you're going to have a double crochet to start. And so I did 2 chains for that because I do a 2 chain start on my double crochets. And then you're going to need 2 more chains to make more chains over. And then you double crochet to finish. And so you get a little square using the double crochets. And so I always think about it in terms of the first 2 is my double crochet, skip 2 chains, a double crochet will go in this chain, it will need 2 chains, etc. So the way you start this out is you count 1, 2, trying to get a good focus here for you, 3, 4, and then you're going to work it. You're going to work a double crochet in this 5th chain. Now, if you do a 3 chain double crochet start, you're going to work your first double crochet in the 6th chain. So, you know, it's a personal preference of mine to work 2. Let me see if that helps. I'm trying to get the camera to focus correctly here. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay, so you've got your first double crochet. We're going to do 1, 2. We're going to chain 2. We're going to skip 2. We're going to do a double crochet in the next chain after that. 1, 2. And then we're going to chain 2, skip 2 chains at the bottom, double crochet into the following chain. And if you have a problem seeing chains when you're working, I recommend doing a row of single crochet or slip stitches into the chains before you begin making your little squares. It'll be way easier for you to see where you're going. Something I had to do for a really long time. So double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and then we're going to double crochet into that last chain and have our base. So this is your base start for filet crochet. And it can be small like this, it can be huge, it doesn't matter. And I want to show you now, I'm going to chain 2 because this is supposed to be a double crochet. And so I'm going to actually chain 4 because I'm going to skip this first square. And I'm going to do a double crochet into the previous row double crochet. So now I've got these 2 open squares stacked on each other. But now I want to fill these 2 middle squares. And so what I'm going to do is just double crochet into the square. And then I'm going to do it again. And then to finish this square, I am going to put another double crochet into the previous row double crochet. And so think of your squares, they kind of have two sides. You have the double crochet that you're going to put the chain on, or you have a double crochet that you're ending on. And then, so you've got this double crochet, we want this next square in the row to also be filled. So we're just going to do 2 double crochet into the square. And then we're going to work that double crochet on top of the previous one. And then I'm going to chain 2. And I'm going to work a double crochet into this starting chain that I have, so that the last square is now empty. And so that is a beginning filet crochet right there. And the thing to remember, whether you are filling squares or not filling squares, you're always going to work that double crochet. So let me show you one more time. Let's actually fill these side squares. So I've got my chain 2 start, and it's just the same thing you do on the other ones. You're going to work the 2 double crochets into those squares. Chain 2. You're going to skip these two double crochets you have in the previous square and work right into that that double crochet that closed your previous square. Chain 2. Skip 2, double crochet into the previous row double crochet, and now, just like at the beginning of this row, we're going to 2 double crochet, and then to end on a full square, you're gonna do a 3rd double crochet into the chain proper. And if you actually end up working in the chain stitches all the way across, that's fine. Filet crochet works both ways. So there's 3 rows of filet crochet. We've got our base row, we've got our row filling in the middle pieces, and we've got our row filling out the side pieces. If you want to do a little more practice and you're a patron of any level, again, I do have the chart available on Patreon, and if you are not a patron but would like the chart, you can join Patreon, give me $1 and get the chart. And so that is the basics of filet crochet. That is the end of batch 3. We will, as always, be on a 2-week hiatus before batch 4 starts getting posted, with the exception, of course, of the bonus bit. It's really stupid this time, guys. Oh, no, wait. Batch 4's bonus bit is really stupid. This bonus bit is, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. I got confused. So, yeah, that's how we do things here. And as always, if you like what I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and consider throwing me a buck. $1 a month from everyone who watches goes a long, long way. So I will see you guys next batch.